Juanita! Please don't leave. You can't do this to me,
You'll
Juanita.
figure it out.
You have 100 message.
Hey, Carrie. So, I'm kind of in a bind right now, and Dad's live-in nurse just quit. I was just wondering if, there was any possibility that you could come over and watch him.
우리 이쁜 딸 아빠한테 너밖에 없다. Casey, he's terminal.
I'm not gonna put him in a hospice. Ever curious about what I do for work?
Casey, whatever you had to do to keep Dad alive, I don't judge you for it, okay?
That's not the way to hurt me. That's not the way to hurt me.
Aloha! This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And today, Thursday, October 3rd, I went in and I saw a wonderful movie that I think opened up last weekend, actually, but I just, found out that it was playing over here in Hawaii, over at the Kahala Mall, at the Consolidated Theater. And so I went in and I paid full matinee price for it, not being the Tuesday where I could have seen it for $7, but I didn't want to wait any further to see this movie because the trailer, as you just saw, looked fabulous. And remember our rating scale, shaka thumbs up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shaka thumbs down, it's bad to see, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for Miss Purple, it is a shaka thumbs up all the way. Let me just say, Joker opens up this weekend. I said I wasn't going to go see it, and true to my word, I didn't go see it. And I'm not going to go see it. But that allowed me, since there's nothing else that opened up that's new, to go ahead and watch, to look around for an artsy kind of movie, something that Regal unfortunately doesn't really play. And I don't think this Miss Purple movie is going to get much showings outside of, the Kahala, which is the main artsy theater left here on Oahu. Unfortunately, it won't even probably make it over to the Pearl Ridge Mall, where they tend to do more Asian action-like movies as such, not American Korean dramas such as this, Miss Purple. Now, again, it is a strong shaka thumbs up. This stars Tiffany Chu, Jake Choi, Teddy Lee, and Octavio Pozzano. And essentially it centers around brother and sister Jake Choi and Tiffany Chu's characters, whose father, Teddy Lee, is, elderly, sick, basically bedridden throughout the entire movie, except for some flashbacks. And, Tiffany Chu comes from a broken home, stressed as their mother had left their father, and, both her and her brother, early in her life, so the father had to raise both children on his own. And, essentially Tiffany Chu, as the daughter, had to take up the mantle of, mother and, emotional caregiver, as in many broken home families that takes place, that happens. And so she had to care for her brother, care for her father, and unfortunately, her own needs, her own desires, her own life had to be put on standby. all the way through into adulthood, only then to have to, face the fact that her brother runs away, leaving just her and her father. Thus, when he falls ill, and is essentially bedridden, and basically we're found being told early in the movie that he should probably be going into hospice care as he is dying. But Tiffany Chu's character, as the loving daughter, cannot bring herself to do that, wishing to care for her father to the very end. Even if that means, having to do it alone. She finds her brother, tries to get him to help her, but, the task is just too great for him. And as she struggles to make ends meet, being a Korean American woman there in Los Angeles, in Koreatown, has to try to do the best way that she can, and as all of us know, or have had some experience here in Honolulu, as many parts of the, West Coast, Korea, Japan, there's very few things that a young woman, can do to earn, enough money to support a family. And one of those, especially in Asian cultures, is a, hostess bar girl, a drink girl, aka a juicy bar girl, whereas they are paid to serve drinks and basically be company for the men, businessmen, criminals, unfortunately, most of the time, some of the time, and, get tips from that, often leading into possibly drug use, alcoholism, and, sometimes prostitution. And Tiffany Chu is unfortunately is not unsusceptible to this, especially in her great need for money and desire to find a relationship, someone to take her away from her troubles, give her an opportunity, give her a life that has been denied from her, and also fill as a quasi-father figure, which some of the men at the Juicy Bar does, and she does find a boyfriend who seems to be, very well off, happy to go ahead and, support her for her time and company, and possibly lead into much, much more. But as we turn and find out, he's not serious, just playing with her affections, as she, as he feels that she is just another commodity, one of these many other juicy bar girls that you often, unfortunately, end up seeing, in such places. But along the way, along this journey, she does find, a way to reconcile with her brother, even have him, as her brother and, his father had a falling out, which is why he runs away, kind of reconcile with the father and kind of repair a family, again, trying desperately, to care for him throughout the old, last remaining days of his life, but finally, conceding that it's just too much of a task for the both of them to try to care for her father, and puts him into a hospice situation, and possibly able to find peace with her brother, with her father in that, and move on possibly to a better life, as she can, kind of focus on herself now that her brother's a bit more healed and able to possibly care for his own self and his own emotional well-being, and possibly she can move forward with her life and establish more solid and secure relationships. One, of course, with a man that she meets who works also at the bar, not a customer, and thus, they form a friendship and possibly boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, talking about the character played by Octavio Pisano, who welcomes her into his family, no strings attached, as a friend, possibly girlfriend, as she learns to trust him, as he doesn't want anything, from her that she's not willing to give freely, without, coercion of money or needs. Again, this is a wonderful film. Something that, as as a man living here in Hawaii, who had a parent who was aging, and fell ill, and had a sister who's kind of been estranged. I wish things could have been, different, that we could have all gotten together, and maybe, if she had been able to be here, could have, enjoyed the last days of my mother's company together. But that was not to be. It was just impossible. So on that note, it hit me hard personally, as I'm sure many of you here on the islands feel the same way with aging family members. And then also, maybe with, your brother, your sister, other family members who, might have had a difficult time growing up, and kind of, felt aloof from the family as well. So on that level, and again with our, large Asian community and culture here in Hawaii, along with Los Angeles, California, and many other parts of the country, you'll definitely want to see this movie and, enjoy it for the catharsis that it gives you, and maybe remembering parts of your past, of your family, and see how, maybe they reconcile, and maybe, wonder, ponder how you could have reconciled things, how things might have been different, how good maybe you have had it with your family, vice how, unfortunate, these people in the movie are, as they try to come to grips in terms with what they have to face just trying to survive. All right, well, thank you so much. Again, definitely a strong shaka thumbs up for the movie Miss Purple. If you have the chance to see it, definitely go over to the Kahala Mall. If money is a problem, it's $10 for a matinee adult, $7 on Tuesday. It should be there, Miss Purple, playing through next week as well. And possibly for 2 more weeks over there. Again, I doubt it will go over to Dole or Pearl Ridge Mall. So unfortunately, you'll have to go to Kahala to see it, whereas they have all the artsy movies. And again, just, look around. If you're not going to go see Joker, if you've already seen Joker, there's not much else out there. Go ahead and venture out and trust seeing Miss Purple. All right, thank you so much. A strong shaka thumbs up for it. A wonderful job for all the actors and actresses involved, and I certainly hope to see Tiffany Chu and much, much more. All right, thank you so much. Again, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, saying aloha.